Hello, and welcome to the 11:30-ish live chat with Luminess Air. I'm Heather. I'm Director of Education here at Luminess Air, and welcome. So I know we have some regulars that come back every week, and if you're new, welcome again. What we do in our live chats is we go over the basics about airbrush, but you guys get to kind of see which way we go, because whatever questions you have, we're going to answer those as we go along. So I have some amazing people behind the scenes that are going to help feed me my questions. I have a little monitor down here, and they will feed me the questions as we go along. If we do not get to your questions afterwards, I go back and I read through everything to make sure that we did answer all of your questions. However, if we didn't, or maybe throughout the week you have some questions, you can always email me at heatherlive@luminousair.com, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions there as well. I also love photos. Like if you're just now starting to airbrush and you're like, hey Heather, this is the first time I did my makeup, how does it look? I love knowing that. If you're having problems matching your skin color, your skin tone, email me a photo. I can help you with that as well. So we are here for you guys. We have an amazing customer service that can help as well, but feel free to email me. Now every week we do a drawing, and you get do a drawing for a $100 gift card and 3 $25 gift cards. So you want to make sure that you enter for that. If you're on Facebook, you just share the video, and then if you're on our website, just enter your information below, and that will enter you to the drawing as well. And usually we'll email you on Monday or Tuesday and let you know that you are the winner. And so now this is the best thing. If you won last week, you can still win this week. So make sure to enter every week. You don't want to miss out on that. Speaking of missing out, we don't want our friends to miss out on Luminess Air either. So we have a referral program. We know Luminous Beauties, you're talking about airbrush makeup, and we know that people are asking you like, woo, why do you look so young? And oh my gosh, why isn't your face melting off in this heat? So we know that everybody is talking about their Luminous Air, and so we want to basically help your friends out and help you out at the same time. So anybody you refer will get a 25% discount, and then if they spend $50 or more, you're going to get a $50 credit as well. There's no limit to the amount of friends that you can refer, and there's no limit to the $50 gift cards you could win or earn if they spend $50 or more. And that's at luminousair.com/referral. So whoop whoop, free money. All right, we're gonna get started now. Again, I know we have the Susans, and Susan also helps me answer some of my questions. So if we don't get to you, I know Susan will. But I want to welcome all of our be-backs that we always have. So we have the Susan from Denver, the Susan from Connecticut. Hi, Susan. I hope your new house is going good. So I love it. It's like a little family. It makes me feel more comfortable because I know that we have people that love Luminous, and they keep coming back to learn more and more. I mean, I've been airbrushing for a long time, and I still can learn so much about it. You never stop learning, and which is what I love. And I love that we have newbies. If you're a newbie, shout out. Give me a shout out. Put in the comments, newbie, because I would love to reach out to you and see if you have any questions. But it's great for the newbies because I go over everything that's in your starter kit, because we hear this all the time that people see our infomercial, they order the system, they're so excited, and then by the time it comes out, or by the time you get it, you're like, oh, I don't know if I can airbrush. And so it sits on your counter, sits on the table, and you don't get it out. Okay, so the big thing is get it out of the box. The more you have this little guy in your hand, the more you're gonna learn. So we definitely want you to get it out and play with it. I think they might be having trouble if we're not live, so hold on one second. We might be having some difficulties here. So if you have it, I'm going to waste some time for a second because I believe we're not live. And I'm just gonna blow air in my face. And let's see if this is working. We're not live yet, I don't think. So we're going to have some fun today because we want to make sure it's working before I continue, right? I'm just going to go up and down with my airbrush. I'm just going to pretend airbrush till we get this working. So let's see if this is working. La, 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 la. Right now, I'm actually only blowing water on me. I don't know if there's anybody out there right now. So right now, I'm only blowing water on my face. So I keep going around and around. So we're seeing if it's working, if it's working, if it's working. We're not sure if it's working. I'm awaiting. So I don't know if it's live for the people on our site. We know we're good on the site. So we're good on the site. So if you're on the site, hold on one second. We're trying to go live on Facebook. So give us 1 second. And I'll just give you some tips real quick. When you're airbrushing 4 finger lengths away, keep moving. You never want to stop moving. You want to keep it moving because we're not covering every inch of our face. Bloop, 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 bloop. So we're still working on it. This is fun. Are we good live? Okay, yay, we're back. So if you're on Facebook and you missed that whole beginning, I'll go over it really quickly with you. Email me if you have any questions. I think Facebook just came in. So email me if you have any questions at heatherlive@luminessair.com. The referral program, we have a referral program at at luminessair.com/referral. Your friends receive a 25% discount. You get a $50 credit. What else? What else am I missing? Oh, enter for the drawing. If you're on Facebook, and if you're seeing this, I still don't know if you're seeing this, make sure to share the video. And then if you're on our website, just enter the information below. Okay, so we're going to see if this is working, which I don't think it is. I'm just blowing water on me right now. And guys, if you're on our website and you see what's going on, if you're new and you're starting out, putting water in here, which I filled up this little our little bottle with water, that is a great way to practice. Let me see if I can get this started. Just put water in here and kind of go all over your face and just have some fun with it, because one, it lets you experience what it's going to feel like on your face, and then if you see any water pooling or dropping anywhere, then you know that you're like either staying put in one area too long, or maybe you're pulling back on the trigger. That I would think is the biggest thing that people need to practice is barely pulling back. Because I always say, oh, barely pull back, but it's like barely. I mean, it's like this much, not this much. So you want to keep going, barely pull back, keep moving, because we're not painting a fence. You're not going over every inch of your face. You want to keep moving and keep moving and keep moving, and then you keep making those passes until you get the coverage that you want. All right? So we're going to still see if Facebook's coming on. Although I'm keeping cool, so I guess that's a good thing. I'll sing our hold music. All right, so I'm gonna blow the rest of that out. Here we go. La, 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 la. We're trying to get it going. I'm keeping it going. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. No, I won't. All right. So let's see if we are going anywhere. All right. I don't see anything. So I'm gonna turn this off for a second. We're on? Okay, so I'm hoping we're on. This is gonna be a fun one. So we're gonna keep on going. I think some of you might be able to see, some of you won't. Who knows? It's a mystery. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. I don't know. All right, so let's just get started. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking off my makeup, and then we're gonna go through. And if you don't have our new eraser wipes, you need to get them, because they are amazing. These are eraser cloths, and they're black, which I love. and it's actual cloth, so they're not going to rip or anything like that. But I love the fact that they're black, because then you don't see all the, you know, all your makeup and that you're pulling, you know, that you're taking off. And people are like, well, how do I know I'm seeing, I won't see the makeup coming off. Hello, look in the mirror and you can tell if your makeup's coming off, right? I'm gonna take off my lips because I'm gonna add a stain afterwards. And these, oh, if you've used our stains, you know that the eraser cloths take off our stains, which if you have worn them, you know that that is amazing. Now I'm not gonna take off my brows. I think we did brows last week. I'm just gonna take off my eye makeup and keep going here. There we go. Under my eyes, on my nose. So I don't know if Facebook heard everything, so I'm gonna go over just a couple of things because I know we kind of maybe started a little late. We were having some trouble connecting. If you would like to email me, if you have any questions during the week, you can email me at heatherlive@luminessair.com. We have a referral program, which is luminess.com/referral. And then also every week we do our drawing. If you're on Facebook, share the video, which ought to be fun because I don't know who's seeing it, but share the video, and then that'll enter you into the drawing. If you're on our website, just enter your information below. All right, makeup is off. Now you see that I have some redness and some, I have rosacea. And so what is great about these is that it's real soothing. You know, there's always wipes that irritate your skin, and it takes the makeup off, but maybe your skin burns a little bit. So we don't want that. So here we have our eraser cloths that are very soothing. They're not going to irritate your skin. They feel so good. It has like cucumber oil and all this goodness. Like, I just will rub the rest of that in there. All right. So now we're actually going to do the Heather's Pick first because, guys, we have Luminess Skincare that's coming out, and this is amazing. I'm so excited because the products are just awesome. They're so good. But what, oh, excuse me. This is the Vivation device, and then we have our SnapBack serum. And these you can buy them separately, but they go hand in hand. And this is amazing. So this is the serum, and if you know anything about the SnapBack, it's almost like Botox in a container, okay? But I love this new packaging, I guess, because this little guy is so cool. You don't have to do it on your hand. You can actually do it right wherever you're going to put the serum. Now this serum you will put in areas that, like your wrinkled areas that we don't want anybody to know about, or like I would say forehead, or under the eyes, crow's feet, laugh lines, your 11. So I'm just going to push down. You just push down on the guy here and smear that in. I'm going to do it under my eyes because I want to get rid of my little crow's feet. Now also, if you didn't hear, if you're on Facebook, if we don't get to your questions, I do go back afterwards and answer all the questions. So I'm not sure what part you got and what part you didn't, but we'll take care of you, don't worry. All right, so this is the device. I'm going to take the cap off. Now what happens, there's a little battery in here, and then I'm going to put it to my skin, and there's a little vibration. This serum helps the device helps smear that in. So what happens is there's all this goodness in here, your SnapBack and all that. I mean, there's some amazing products in there, the Botox in the container. What it does, it works the serum into your skin. So a lot of times when we put on serum and put on, I know some of you spend some top dollar on your lotions and stuff, but guys, it just sits there. Half the time it's going to go onto your pillowcase. So what this guy does is it helps get the product into your skin, okay? And this is going to help, especially around my eyes, reduce the lines and wrinkles, and which we all want to do. But it feels really good, and it's also something like you don't need to be in front of the mirror just going, oh, okay. You can do this sitting, watching TV, like after you wash your face and you're kind of chilling before you go to bed. Just sit in front of the TV and kind of smear this all in, get your serum on, and then go around. It's really cool. So it's by the touch, it's going to get the vibrations. If I'm just holding it, there's no vibrations. So only when you touch your skin will it start vibrating and start pushing that serum, pushing the serum into your face. So it'll make sure that it gets where it needs to go, right? All right, so this is pretty amazing. And every time, like, I'll probably be talking about our skincare a lot. And here's the package it comes in, which I love. Can you see that? And then you just pull that through and it comes in there. So the packaging is amazing. It's so beautiful. And the products, again, are unbelievable. So I did my little treatment, my little spa treatment. And now we're going to start with the makeup. So in your starter kit, you get 4 bottles of different, like your moisturizer, primer, your glow, your blush, and your bronzer. And then you also get 4 bottles of foundation. Now, a lot of people will say, Heather, I don't need 4 bottles of foundation, or why do I need 4 bottles of foundation? Well, we all know that we change shades throughout the year. And so we give you everything you need to match you 365 days a year. So, and I have to tell you a secret. Plus the fact when people know that you are airbrushing, they're coming over to be airbrushed. I don't even care. They're like, oh, do you want to airbrush me? Which you do want to, because then it'll give you practice and it'll just make you more of an expert. Again, the more you have this guy in your hand, the better you're going to be. Because another little secret, you're not going to be an expert the very first time you use it, okay? Don't expect to be, and don't get discouraged. I'm going to put some moisturizer primer in here. I want you to have fun and play with it. Don't stress out about it, but just have fun. The moisturizer primer is a great one to practice with because it's colorless. But that way you also get to feel it on your skin and how it's going to, how the makeup's going to feel. Now you don't want to keep it in one spot and have it just like, because you'll start see how, I don't know if you can tell, that's super wet and we don't want that. We want to make our skin moist, but not have any pooling or any, like where it's too shiny, where you're staying in one position too long. So you want to keep going all over the face, blah, blah, blah. And I only did about 5 or 6 drops because you don't need that much. With airbrush makeup, you're using 10 times less product. So just think how much that's going to save you on makeup, because once you get it down, you're probably going to use about 6 to 8 drops to do your whole face. Now when you first start out, you might be using 12, or one of the girls I talked to used 20. So know that you don't need to use that much, but just keep practicing and you'll start understanding how you can use less and less. All right, so now I'm going to go to, oh, you know what I want to do is the color corrector. We now have these color correctors that come in all different shades. I don't have what I always tell people is print out a color wheel. That'll help you determine which color corrector you need. Now, because I have redness and because my little friend popped up this morning, yay, I'm going to use green. You want to use what will fix your problem is what's opposite on the color wheel. So just keep that in mind. So if you have dark circles, there's a color corrector for everything, okay? Now with the color correctors, the trick is, and what I love about the airbrush color correctors, is you're not going to really see the actual color. So if I'm doing this, I'm only gonna hit my redness here. So I'm gonna go a little bit. I shouldn't look green, okay? I don't want to look green. I'm only gonna hit where I need to hit. But if you use like a cream color corrector or something like that, you actually see green or you see that color. But with airbrush makeup, you're not going to see that, which is great. And so I'm just going to go in and cover the redness, my little red nose, but you can see it start disappearing, okay? But I'm only going to cover it a little bit. With the color correctors, I probably just use 3 drops, obviously depending on how much you need to cover. But you're only going to go in and cover right there. Wherever, if I look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, I got a little redness on my nose. And guys, if you have questions, ask away. Again, if we had some technical difficulties. If we don't get to them, I will definitely message you right back and we will answer those questions. So let me know my newbies, let me know the people that have been here, all your questions. All right, see now, I did 3 drops. I still don't need that much green, but if you notice, I don't look green, okay? So that's a plus. Now let's get to the foundation. Now with the foundation, you're gonna shake up your bottles And then there's going to be, I hold him to my chest because I don't know if you can tell, but my face is a lot lighter than the rest of my body because I use sunscreen. So you want to make sure to shake up your bottles because there will be some separation. Our product is water and mineral based, and so there's it's also paraben free, hyperallergenic, everything. So it's really good for your skin. But I shake them up, hold them to my chest. There'll be 2 that are going to be your closest to to your skin type. I put a little dot on my finger, rub it on my chest. Whichever one blends in is your shade, okay? Now you might need a mix. Normally I'm between a 2 and a 3. Sometimes in the summer, because I'll get more sun, I'm a 3. So you really can change it and mix and match all year round. We have all seen those people that are walking around and we're like, oh, her foundation does not match. And you just want to help them. Or you see that demarcation line. With airbrush makeup, you're not going to see that. You're going to look flawless and amazing every day. And speaking of every day, you can airbrush yourself every single day. I always get this question like, do you airbrush every day? Yes. It doesn't matter if I'm going to work. It doesn't matter if I'm going to check my mail. I still airbrush every single day. Because you also have the control of like how much coverage you want. So if I'm just running errands, or maybe I'm going to go work out or whatever, maybe I don't need 4 or 5 passes. Maybe I just need 2 to even out my skin tone, throw in some eyebrows, mascara, and then I'm out the door. If I want to spend a little more time and do it, then I'll do a little more pass. But you really do have the control of the coverage. So you don't need to go get a tinted moisturizer and then a full coverage and then a medium coverage. You have it all with the airbrush makeup. All right, so I have actually put 2 and 3 in here, and I know we're going to run late because we had some technical difficulties, so I'm going to try to speed it up. I'm going to mix it up in here. Now, I'm put 2 colors in here, and to kind of stir the pot, I'm going to put my finger over on the tip of the airbrush, pull lightly back on this trigger, and as you can see, it bubbles right in there. And so, oh yeah, we're getting some questions. Is airbrush okay for sensitive skin? It is perfect for sensitive skin. So airbrush makeup, not only are you using 10 times less makeup, right? It is perfect for sensitive skin, acne prone skin, more mature skin. Because if you think about it, and ladies, be honest, how often do you actually clean your brushes? Never. Maybe once a week if you're lucky, right? So all the bacteria, the buildup on your sponges, on your brushes, it stays on your brushes and then you transfer it to your face. So if you have sensitive skin, all that's going to do is irritate your skin. So being that this is a touchless application, it's perfect for sensitive skin. It's perfect for more mature skin because as we age, we're told not to touch our face because it creates lines and wrinkles. So if you're every morning we get up and we're touching our face to pull and rub that traditional makeup in. So with this, you're not having that constant pull. So not only is the makeup making you look 10 years younger, it's better for your skin, so it will keep you looking 10 years younger. Can you scroll down a little bit? I can't see the whole thing. They're feeding me questions. I'm pretty tan. Can I use the color correctors? Yes, Gina, great question. Even if you're tan, dark complected, whatever, you can use the color correctors. Just like the foundation, it's about making those passes. Being that my face is a lot lighter and basically white, I don't need to make as many passes. But if you just keep making those passes to get the coverage and correct that color, then you're good to go. That was a great question, Gina. Thank you. All right, so I'm still going. Now, the great thing about, I always tell people because everybody's, oh, what if I mess up? I don't know if I can do this, so I'm going to mess up. Guys, there's no messing up in airbrush, okay? Worst case scenario, you wash it off. It is not permanent makeup. So just keep practicing. Let's say I pull back too far on this trigger and I get that little spot. All you have to do, pat it out and keep going. This airbrush, or what I like to call the magic wand, really blends everything for you. So, let me get over here, my little friend that popped up. So I can look in the mirror. After I make a couple of passes, I can look in the mirror. I have another little friend here. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna do it on my eyes just for a little bit of evening out. And the other thing that I get real self-conscious is under my eyes. So if I'm spraying, and I'm pretty close to under my eyes, you don't have to, and notice I didn't use concealer. I can just take my ring finger, which is your weakest finger, and kind of tap that out if I got some lines. But the air pressure that's blowing is super, super light, so it's not going to irritate your eyes. And people are like, what if it goes in my eye? The only way it's going in your eyes is if you point it and pull the trigger. This precision tip is a no mess tip. The makeup's only going where you point it, okay? So you don't even have to worry about that. All right, so let's see. How much do I have left? I think I want to contour a little bit. I'm gonna blow the rest of this out because I think I did way too much product. Go around, go around. Get my coverage. Now I'm gonna take shade 5. And I'm just using a shade 2 shades darker than normal. So if I'm a 2 and a 3, I'm using shade 5 to contour. So I'm cheating. I'm gonna use this. This is a great way to cheat until you get used to the spray. You know, once you get used to the spray, you won't need to use that. You can just do this. And you can even do around the nose. But just go ahead and contour my neck. All right, so now I'm trying to hurry up. Let's do the glow. All right, the glow is our highlighter. I'm gonna put about 3 drops in there. Monique, how do I know what color to use? If you're talking about foundation, and what shade, real fast, for the highlighter, I'm gonna do my brow highlighter down my nose, probably a little bit right here. The highlighter is for whatever you want to stand out. So Monique, once you get your system, so if you're picking a system, you're picking a color range. So they come in fair, medium, warm, tan, and deep. So you pick that color range. One of those colors in there is going to be your shade. And so what you'll do is you'll shake up your bottles. You can put a drop, the 2 that are the closest shade, if you just by looking, like if you're like, oh, this is me, this could be me, or maybe this one, you take a drop, put it on your finger, and rub it on your chest. Whichever one you cannot see is your shade, okay? Because we want the one that's gonna blend in, okay? Make sense? My highlight under my eyes to make my eyes pop. You didn't know you were getting that much entertainment here, did you? Singing and airbrush. I think we could start a new thing. The singing airbrushing. I'm getting another question. Guys, I love your questions. You'll always ask the best questions. And don't not ask a question because you're like, that might be a dumb question. No, don't. Ask away. Do the color correctors work on dark circles? They sure do, Lisa. They will work on dark circles depending on your skin tone. You might want to use the peach one or the pink one. But we also have a product called X Out. So honestly, it depends on what you're most comfortable with. So if you want to try X Out, the X Out comes in fair, medium, and deep. You can try the X Out. I'm gonna actually use one other color back here. Try that. If you're like, oh no, let me try the color corrector and see which one works best for you. A lot of our products mix. So, or they might do the same thing. Like if you're using porcelain, one of the Airbrush essentials, you can skip the moisturizer primer. If you try X Out on the dark circles, then maybe you don't have to use a color corrector. So it's about, with me, what I believe is skipping steps. I know we don't have time to sit in front like all the girls on YouTube, and they sit there and they do all this contouring and we do not have time for that every single day. Usually I'm like running around trying to get out the door on time, which is very rare for me. But I don't have time to do this. I want to be able to, just like wham bam, let's go. Okay, real fast. I mixed our blush, the soft rose blush, with the natural blush. A lot of times I know Susan likes to mix the soft rose and the bronzer. Our bronzer is amazing. I like it as a the bronzer as a shimmer bronzer, and I like to use it as an eyeshadow. You can even use it on your lips. So when I say have fun with it, guys, that's what I'm talking about. Experiment with it. Have fun. Don't look and see if it's a bronzer, an eyeshadow, a blush. Don't look at any of that. Just look at the color and say, where do I want that color? And use it. See what happens. You know, if you don't believe me on the blush, I always tell people only 2 drops of the blush. If you don't believe me on the blush, put 7 drops in there and go to town and see what happens. But honestly, you will learn from your mistakes and become the expert. You can come in over here and start teaching it as well. I'm gonna do a little on my forehead, a little color, but see how it just gives it natural. It's starting to pick up. I like the mix because sometimes I don't like to be too pinky. I want to have maybe a bronzer, you know, like a natural glow, not a pink glow. How easy does it come off at the end of the day? Great question, Gina. So the airbrush makeup, it does last 17 to 18 hours. If you use the waterproof sealant, your makeup's on for 24 hours. But all it does is it will be, you can take it off with your normal regimen of, you know, like your soap, you know, your face soap. The wipes are another way to take it off. You might have to wash your face a couple of times to get it all off, because how we're putting it on is like little pixels all over our face. So you just might have to maybe wash it twice. Now with these wipes, this is like the lazy girl's way to wipe off your makeup, but I would recommend wash your face, please. Sleeping with your makeup, this is a little side tip. Sleeping with your makeup ages you 10 years. So please don't sleep with your makeup. Yuck. You don't want to feel gross. All right, so I did my brow highlighter, I did face, I did my foundation, I did contour, I did blush, blah, 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 blah. I've done everything. Now I'm going to go in with our Nude and Naughty palette. Now notice, you know, I did my lid and then I did my brow highlighter. But let's say you're like, Heather, doing that crease makes me real nervous. I do want you to get where you can do the crease, but you can also use other makeup. You can use natural makeup. So I'm just using a blendy brush and I'm going to do something in my crease to give me a little smokier eye, because mama likes a smoky eye. I don't care what time of day it is. Although I don't do a smoky eye every single day. Do you have to clean the applicator after each use? So yes, but notice I didn't clean after each color. So all you have to do, and I'm so glad you brought that up because we never get to this because I'm always talking too much. At the very end, you want to blow water through your stylus, and you do it until it runs clean. Normally when I get towards the end of my regimen, after I'm like maybe doing my eyes, I'll turn on the hot water and run, you know, like blow water through my stylus. Now right now I'm just adding a little pop of color to my eyebrow bone here, make it to pop a little more so I look fancy. You can also take an angled brush with eyeshadow and line under the eyes, or use that as liner. It's a little bit softer than a pencil or the liquid eyeliner, which you do have that pull on your face. With an angled brush and just eyeshadow, I'm going to do it on my hand, you can just kind of place it there and do that, so that way you're not pulling on your eye too hard. Okay, so speaking of cleaning, what time is it? 7 minutes. Okay, speaking of cleaning, so I've blown, you know, like the foundation, the contour, the glow, the blush, everything through this guy here. When you're changing colors, just blow the product out and you can add another color. If you want to, or at the end, you'll do water, and I do it a couple of times until it runs clean. Now we also have a product called Tip Top Cleaner, which is great to have. Just, you know, maybe every third time you want to do that. You can also, and I don't have any here, but I have a little bit of water in here. If I want to clean up this bowl to make sure there's no foundation in it as well, I can take a Q-tip, do it here, and then if I want to clean the tip, because sometimes this makeup will get around here, pull back on your trigger because that's removing the needle, and then you can clean in here. Do not stick a Q-tip in here without pulling back on this because you're gonna bend your needle and then it won't work. So please, please, please make sure to pull all the way back on the trigger, clean in there, and then you'll be good to go. And now I'm just gonna do that. But that's all you have to do to clean your airbrush. You want to make sure that you do this every single time you do your face. And I'm sorry, it's a lot easier than cleaning brushes, so there's no excuse not to do it, but just run some water in there. If without this guy, without your airbrush, you can't put on makeup, right? I don't know how else you can do it. So you have to have this tool and your compressor, so you want to take care of this magic wand. This is your baby, you need to take care of it, okay? Felicia, I'm new. Can I use my own foundation in this? That is great, Felicia, and I'm so glad to have a newbie. Could we get that question a lot? No, you cannot use your own foundation for a couple of reasons. One, liquid foundation, it's thicker. It has, or even if it's cream or whatever, you water it down, however, it is not, I just dropped the airbrush. It's not, if you put it in here, it will not blow through here. And plus the fact you're going to void your warranty. So our airbrush makeup is made specially for our airbrush. You do not want to put anything else in there, okay? Great question, Felicia. All right, since we're running late, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I hope you learned something. I'm sorry we were over, but, you know, that's life. Sometimes it happens. So don't forget to email me at heatherlive@luminessair.com. If you have any questions, I do go back through the Facebook and answer all those questions, so hold on just a second. Send me photos, send me whatever, any questions, any comments, love to hear it. Anything you want to see, would love to hear that. Don't forget about our referral program at luminessair.com/referral, because you will also get the $50 gift card if they spend $50 or more. And then big time, don't forget to enter into the drawing for a $100 gift card and 3 $25 gift cards. We have winners every single week. You can win 2 weeks in a row, so enter every single time. All right, sorry about the technical difficulties in the beginning. I hope you learned something. I hope it was fun. Don't forget, I forgot about this. Don't forget our this new skincare product. You are going to love this. And then for staying tuned, we have our promo code, and that's HeatherSnap, because this is the SnapBack serum. So HeatherSnap, and that's going to give you 25% off. And you can even use it on this, I believe. So this is going to be amazing, guys. You need to rush out and get this. Awesome. But I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.